And then very interesting happened on the night of May 6th. I was invited to what the Germans called a conspiratorial apartment. And I went in to talk to these young East Germans, and it was a very casual gathering, and people were just enjoying themselves. And they actually had many SED communist wards, and they were showing them, and they were being disdainful, but really what they were doing. And Thomas Krüger was among the people at that dinner. He later became a figure in the revolution. What they were doing was they were organizing for the next day. Communal elections would be held. And the next day's elections, they wanted to cover with poll watchers as many people as they could. So the next day, after hearing what they were organizing, seeing what they were doing, so the next day, which is a Sunday, I'd gone to church in East Berlin, in the Platanenstrasse, and then we wandered back to the polling place near our house. It was in the Blumenthalstrasse, and it was a kindergarten. And I came with my family, that is my wife and my 2 children. We walked in and announced who we were and said, how do you vote? Tell us. And they were taken a little bit back, but they went through the process. They showed us the registration books, and then once you got, like in the United States, you got registered and you showed your ID and you got this 1-page paper, the national list. And then you walked to the table where you could change people, you could X people out or you could add people in, but you had to walk across the judges, if you will, the 6 or so of your neighbors who knew you, and what you were really supposed to do is just fold the ballot, put it in the ballot box. Or if you wanted, you could change things and you could go to another little table. It was a little table that had a sawed-off door around it, so it was private, so nobody could see what you were doing. You could X out people, but obviously you were changing the ballot. So then you folded the ballot and put it in. Then these poll watchers from the night before covered many, and in some districts, all of the polling places, because at the end of the day, in good, transparent fashion, each polling place announced the polling results. And so they collected, these people that I had met in the apartment, collected these numbers and went back to their conspiratorial apartment and wrote them down. The next day, the GDR announced the results, and it was something like 98+%. And these people announced that no, it wasn't 98%, it was only 96 or something to that effect, in effect saying that they had lied. And there began a process of remembrance on the 7th of each month of this election that was falsified. So on the 7th of June, shortly after Tiananmen Square, there was a Sophiankirche demonstration, and each month leading to the 7th of October, when Gorbachev came, was a movement that had begun on that to commemorate the illegitimacy of the GDR. It's very fascinating.